We flew in under the cover of darkness, completely blacked out aircraft. And as we were about to land, I would say, you know, we were probably around 500 feet above the ground. I saw the flares on the aircraft go off because we were taking small arms fire as we were landing. And, you know, it was just me, a major, and two 18 series. So I don't remember being scared. I just remember I had a job to do. And so we got off the plane. We moved very quickly to the location where they were. And I heard small arms fire, and I would have been carrying, you know, a sidearm and a rifle, but I'm sure I would have had my rifle slung because my main focus was to interpret to this family that we were going to get them out of there. And so I think we were on the ground probably about 30 or 45 minutes, and we immediately got back on the plane, and they had like just a garbage bag full of things. I was recollecting on it. She was 5, you know, so that was like 18 years ago. So she would be the same age now as I was when I went in to get her out. And I just think about how different her life is now as compared to if she would have stayed there.
On one patrol, when we were getting ready to head back to the FOB, we went around a traffic circle that was used on our route, on Route Irish. And when we came around the circle, there was a Iraqi national, local, who was waving us down. And of course, we didn't want to stop because we were getting ready to go back after a long patrol. But we decided to pull over and stop. We get out, my interpreter gets out, my rear security gets out, and the rest of the platoon, they get out and they do security on the vehicles while we talk to this gentleman. And the gentleman said that he had found an IED and wanted to show us. And it wasn't on the road, it was actually hidden somewhere to be placed on the road later. So we walked with this gentleman, and he was pointing to this large debris area, and I walked over because I wanted to make sure that it was legitimately an IED. And when I walked over, you could see the two tops of the ammunition, you know, 55 millimeter ammunition with wires coming out of it. And so I looked at him like, yep, that's an IED, and I turned right back around. We got on the phone, called the QRF for EOD to be brought out, to dismantle it, remove it, and then we wrapped up and went on our way back to the FOB. Really glad that that local national pulled us over and told us about it. You know, some may not have, and that could have been planted on that route for us, another patrol, a convoy coming through. So him doing that and working with the Americans, you know, who knows how many lives that saved.
Women are essential to the military, and women do serve in combat, and we have the same experiences as the men around us, and we're just as strong and we're just as resilient.
There's been 152 women who have died since 9/11 in combat. And I know we don't hear nearly enough about them, but I would just like the public to know that regardless of what they hear and what they see, we're out there, and we've been out there for a long time, supporting everyone on the ground.
The military doesn't recognize us because we play such a role. We play mothers, we play daughters, we play, you know, for even these guys that I deployed with, you know, I was their some of their daughters, you know, that, you know, and they needed that connection, and I needed that connection from them as well for us to make it through this deployment, you know.
So the way that my experience shaped me after Iraq was it gave me a significant amount of confidence. Even though I don't want to tell my story, I just know what I've been through, so it gave me a different perspective on what I could do. And the way that it helps me push forward and hopefully help other women find that confidence is I hope to stand as someone that they can look up to and be like, well, she's doing it, maybe I can do it. So, you know, as an NRA instructor, I ride a motorcycle, I have a little bit of an adrenaline junkie in me. And I hope that, you know, when I'm at the range and I'm shooting, that there might be a little girl who's there, and instead of sitting back, that she's like, well, Dad or Mom, I want to shoot too. Same with the motorcycle, you know, just showing women in these non-traditional. So I really like going against the grain and finding any way to really rub against what conventional thinking is of women, and so that I can be a trailblazer for other women and make it maybe a little bit easier for them as they come up behind me.
Thank you for joining us and spending time with these amazing veterans. Join us next time as we explore the essential role of women in combat.